Apple has announced its new set of phones, the iPhone 11, Pro, Pro Max, and the regular 11. And you'll be hearing their specs. These are my thoughts about it. It was disappointingly not surprising, I would say, in terms of what was announced. We already knew there were going to be three cameras for the Pro and Pro Max. There are two cameras for the regular 11. Yeah, there's some spec bump in terms of CPU, GPU, and the new capabilities of it, but the front is pretty much the same. The screen size, the phone size is the same. This is one of those iterative updates, so you might say that, hey, that's expected. Um, yeah, but there are like two areas that I hoped that Apple would surprise people and therefore make this a more exciting release. You can keep, the general font size and the screen size and such the same and bumping some um, chips inside while also introducing some new baseline or increasing the baseline spec unexpectedly, because even though people knew about the camera and such, uh, there were still a lot of unknowns about the phone. Two areas that I hope Apple would have bumped up would be the entry level storage. So there's no micro SD card or some sort of extra storage as usual. So it would have been great if Apple started. They kept the same prices. I mean, that's a positive, I guess. But if they kept the entry level of each of these phones at or increased it to 128 gigabytes of storage, that would mean that you could have several 4K videos and a lot of pictures and such, and not run out of space. However, the entry level phone for all of these, even the Pro Max, is, as far as I know, going to be 64 gigabytes of total storage. That's total storage, of course. Your apps are going to, operating system is going to eat into that. Not a lot of storage is going to remain for you. If you are paying $1,100, and $100 plus tax and such for a phone, and after shooting like let's say 10 or so 4K videos, each of them 10 minutes and such, you run out of space. I mean, that's not something that you want, right? So which means the entry level is going to be, actually, if you really want to use these phones, the storage above that, and that is going to add, I think, another 150 bucks for at least the Pro Max version to the cost. That's a lot for a phone that has no expandable storage. So that's the disappointing point number one. I wish that Apple saw that, okay, we are keeping the prices, we are only making iterative changes, so let's just bump up the baseline storage. They didn't. Second is Apple Lightning connector. Apple has been now using USB Type-C on their in their laptops for a while. I think they also have a tablet with USB Type-C, but they have not switched to Apple Lightning, and the world is switching to not just in the phones Type-C. The USB 4 is going to be also using it's going to be integrated to the Thunderbolt, I think, and the Type-C is going to be everywhere, and except Apple with these phones, and even their ecosystem is now not entirely Lightning friendly anyway, and hasn't been really for a while. So they could have changed and made it the Type-C, but they didn't. So see, for example, they have adopted the wireless charging, the standard format for it after a while. So they could have adapted the standard USB Type-C format as well, but they didn't. So those are the two areas that Apple could have surprised people in a positive way, but they didn't. So I think this is going to be the poorest sales of iPhones, and I'm thinking that even iPhone fans are not going to jump on this unless they are desperate for a new phone, meaning that their phones are dead or it's getting old or something. So if an iPhone user has a phone from the previous year, this is absolutely the year to skip, I would say. I know I'm not an iPhone user, I'm not an Apple user, but if you look at the specs, there is not much exciting going on. Just for a camera change with some extra lens, I don't think anybody would be desperately feeling the need to upgrade from the previous generation. Or if you have an iPhone 10 from 2 years ago, again, not feeling that. So we'll see how the sales are going to be, but these are my thoughts about this issue.